Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk traveling and packing. So how do you decide what you're going to take or how much you're going to take when you are on a trip? So today I'm going to go over what I take and show you in detail each of the things I take. So first of all, I take a 20-inch rolling suitcase. This happens to be a London Fog. I also take a backpack, and I take a travel-on purse. The backpack is Sirene, I believe is how you pronounce it. If you're interested in knowing what the brand is for sure, I'm pretty sure that I have a link to Amazon that you can follow. If you'll just comment, I'll be glad to tell you. So first of all, I'm going on a 9-day trip to South Dakota. And I pack the same number of clothes whether I'm going for a week or whether I'm going for a month. So I do laundry in the sink. If, I can do some laundry in the sink. I can get my laundry done at the hotel, or I can do it myself like I did in Japan this past summer. So I really don't like carrying a lot of heavy things. I've gone from a 30-inch suitcase, what was it, 20 years ago when I had my first international trip, to a 24-inch. Of course, those are check bags. And then I went with a 22-inch, and now I'm at a 20-inch. I've been trying to get where it's easier to get on, like trains and different things, and transportation, and of course I can always carry this on if I'm flying. So I don't happen to be flying this time. I'm going on a bus trip, so I'll pack a little bit differently for a bus trip, obviously, than if I was flying. So some things that you have to consider when you're traveling and when you're packing is the weather and what activities you're going to do. So the weather, I always look up before I go on a trip, and I kind of see, okay, what's the typical weather in wherever I'm going in South Dakota. In this case, it's going to be somewhere in the low 80s, the high 70s, down to the low 70s, and even 57 one night. So it's kind of a range, so I have to try to cover all those bases when I'm packing. So anyway, I want to go over what all I'm taking on this trip. So I'm going to start with my luggage first and what I'm taking in my luggage. So let me move these couple of things over so I can get this down for you and show you what all I am taking. So let's look at all the items. I hope you can see it. It's a little bit better of the inside. I generally pack all my clothes on this side, toiletries, etc. on this side. So I'm going to start with the clothes first on this side. So let me find the zipper. Alrighty. Okay. So let's go over here. So first of all, I have a laundry bag. It's a pretty good size laundry bag, but I have a laundry bag. Then I have my PJs, and then here's the clothes that I'm bringing. So I'm bringing 3 pair of pants, and I'm bringing 2 long sleeve shirts, and 6 other shirts. So I can make about 9 outfits with no problem. I try to make sure that my clothes mix and match so they're interchangeable. And this does not include what I'll be wearing on the day of my trip. So I'll be wearing a whole nother outfit and another pair of shoes, and then I'll pack 1 pair of shoes. So that's all the things on that side. So let's look. This is where I pack my unmentionables. So my underclothes all go here. I've got a couple of bras. I've got 9 pair of panties because I never like to run out of panties. So I'm sure some of you might be that way also. Then on this side, this just opens right here, and it's got 2 little zipper things right here. And normally when I travel overseas, I keep a copy of my passport in here in case I ever lose my passport. I have a copy of it. And I keep an air tag on the other side. So that's the only things I keep in there. So these are my toiletries. And I want to show you this bag. This is a really neat bag. I don't always bring it because, as you can tell, it's pretty big. But look at the inside. It's really cool. Look, it's got a hook on the top. So really easy to hang in the bathroom. That's one of the reasons I like it. And it has everything that I need for this trip right in here. Obviously, if I was flying, I'd have to keep my liquids separate and that type of thing. If I don't have room in my bag, then you could even pack it flat to give you a little bit where it's not so fat. And you can close your suitcase a little easier. You can close it up, obviously, or you can just use plastic bags or other type of bags that you have to put your things in to save a little bit of space. So let's look at everything else I have. Well, I always have some packets of tea, some instant coffee, some creamer, and a little bitty pair of scissors because you never can tell when you're going to need to open something. Even these little packets sometimes are hard to open. So I always carry this. Sometimes the hotel rooms have it, but maybe I don't like the brand of coffee, or maybe they don't have the tea I like, etc. So I usually always carry some tea and some coffee with me. This is another thing. I definitely need this for when I'm traveling internationally, but I also like it when I'm traveling even in the U.S. because it's got a lot of different plugs here. If I want to plug everything up right by the bed, I can. It does have some USB ports on the sides even. So I like having this. And on international trips, very handy because if you've ever been anywhere out of the country, you'll know that sometimes there's just one plug in the whole room, and it's usually not beside the bed, so it's not in a convenient place. So I really like carrying this with me, even if it's just in the U.S. Then I have a bag, and here is some little Tide to Go wash things. I'm really bad about spilling things on my shirts, and so to save me having to wash the entire shirt or to get a stain out, I have these. I also have, I'm not going to go through all these things, but I want to point out these dryer sheets. They're not dryer sheets, I'm sorry, washing machine sheets. So these to wash clothes, so convenient. You can just cut them up in little bitty pieces. This half sheet does a half a load of laundry. Smaller piece, obviously, if you're doing some sink laundry. Yes, you can use, the shampoo or whatever if you're hand washing in your bathroom. But I just like having these along with me to do hand washing, or to take with me to put in the washing machine somewhere else if I'm doing laundry. So this has just got other little things I might need: Q-tips, face washing, makeup removers, a couple of Ziploc bags, that kind of thing. So I have all of those types of things. And then this is my extra over-the-counter medicines. I have everything from immunity support things to liquid IV to some moleskins in case I get blisters, some cough drops, some extra Kleenex, all those type of things. I keep that. And this is what I keep my shoes in. Now, I don't always use this. If you don't have the shoe bags and you need to pack your shoes separately to save space, then you can also get those little shower caps. They're really cheap, especially if you go like Dollar Tree or somewhere. You can put it on the bottom of your shoes, and that way you can pack them separately. But I had room this time to pack my shoes together, and I even had 2 bags like this, and I would pack one shoe. I'd use 2 bags, and I'd put 1 pair of shoes, 1 shoe in each bag. And so you can do that also. So I have, I really like the On Cloud brand walking shoes. And I've walked all over Europe in these, and they're really comfortable. I stick my socks inside my shoes. You don't have to do that, especially if you got other room, but that's just what I do. So that's everything that I am taking. As far as clothes and everything else, I guess I'll be repacking this offline to make sure that I get everything. But I want to go ahead and show you what else I have also. So this is like my personal item. If I was flying, I would take this backpack, and I have all the things. If I did check my luggage for any reason, I won't be obviously on this trip, but if I ever did check it for any reason, then I'd want to have all my important things in here, like my daily medications and that type of thing. If I'm carrying on my suitcase and I'm flying, then I can stick my travel purse inside this bag, and that way I just have the 2 pieces. This time's a bus trip, like I said, so I don't have to worry about that. But let's go over what do I have in here. So usually in here I'll stick some snacks or something. Looks like I have some Clorox wipes in this one. But I'll stick some snacks in these little zippers right here on the side. I have my selfie stick on one side. It's also a good place to put a water bottle. And then I have my umbrella on this side. And then inside, let's look to see what I have in here. All right, so I have the container that has all my cords, my charging cords to all my devices in here. I have some snacks. Don't want to go anywhere without snacks, so I have some snacks. I have a reusable coffee cup. Could use it for water or coffee. My blanket for the bus because it's cold. This is a packable rain jacket. So just in case it starts raining and I'm cold, I'll have that. And then I have my blow-up neck pillow. So those are some of the things I have in there. And then it has a little interior that like a little separate sleeve that you can put other things in. So I have a folder with my itinerary. I always keep this on any of my trips. I like to print everything out as well as having it on my phone, because you just never know when you might need that extra something. So I have it printed. I have my iPad, Kindle, my daily medications. So that's all the things that I have that I'm going to take in my backpack. Let me take a second to shove all this back in here, and then I will show you my purse and kind of go over what I have in there. All right. So, I just realized that earlier I was talking about the weather, and I got off on what the weather was going to be in South Dakota, and I never did go back and say that I checked the weather closer to time, a month out, a couple weeks out, and even the week before, in case I have to adjust my packing in any way. Also, you want to, before you're packing, you want to take into consideration your activities. I happen to know that I'm not going to be going anywhere fancy. I don't need a dress or a skirt or anything that is fancy. So my choice of clothes this time is all casual, but you need to take that consideration when you're thinking about packing and trying to decide what is you want to take on your trip. All right, so here's my travel on purse. I really like it because it's a crossbody. When you're traveling, I don't know about you, I get a little distracted. I'm taking pictures, everything, and I want to make sure that nobody can come along and grab my purse off my arm, basically. So I want to keep it here. This is where I put my phone in the front, but I have a little cord. Got this off Amazon. If you're interested, let me know. I'll be glad to send you the link. It has a little clip on it, and you have a little plastic thing that goes behind the case that has a little circle on it. I would show you, but I'm filming with my phone. But anyway, I hook this on here, and it's really stretchy, so I can bring it up. I can take pictures. I can take video, but for safety reasons, it's always clipped to me. I don't know how much I'm going to use it on this trip. Probably so, because like I said earlier, I get distracted. So, in foreign countries, for sure, nobody can come along, grab that phone out of your hand because you have it attached. Now, I have seen the little wristbands that you can do also and hook it to your wrist. This way, I just like it hooked to my purse instead. I'm not going anywhere without my purse. So it's going to be hooked there. So let me tell you some other features of this purse that I really like. So as I said, I can put, whatever I want in the front pockets, usually just my phone. The side pockets are really cool. They're on both sides. They have the zipper that undoes. And of course, I picked the one that is sticking. Let's try the other one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it opens up. Perfect for a water bottle, umbrella. I'll just have to tell you though, it can get heavy hanging around your neck if you put a water bottle and an umbrella in there. So you have to think about that also and decide if that's how you want to use it. But I really like that function of it. I like that there are little locks, and I can lock this onto here. This is my wallet portion of my bag, so I can lock it right here, and no one's going to be able to come up, unlock it, open it up, and steal all your money and your cards and all your things. So I like having the locks there, and there's several on here, and I'll show you those as we go. But this is where I keep my money, my ID, my insurance cards, my credit cards, my debit card, all that. And it does have the protection sleeve in there also, so nobody can scam your cards. Then this has a lock also. You can lock this top portion, although I generally don't, because my most important things are my phone, which I have hooked to this, and my money, which I have locked. So I figure anything that's in here, most likely somebody is not going to unzip and steal anything out of this portion, but you could lock it if you wanted to. So inside here, some things I have. Some extra over-the-counter medication. This is a really cool little thing, and I did get this on Amazon too. Let me show you this. It looks like a little suitcase. You open it up, and in the inside, it has little compartments for different kinds of medications. I have Claritin, some antacids, migraine medication, Tylenol, cough drop, motion sickness, Imodium. I have all kinds of little things. So this is just a tiny little case, and the one that I ordered, I think it came in like a 4-pack or a 6-pack, because I shared some with friends. But anyway, really cool, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room, but you have everything that you might need right in your hands. So this one doesn't have over-the-counter. This has my daily medication, emergency daily medication with me, because I have it all in my backpack. But if I get out and I'm touring around, I go, oh no, I forgot to take my morning meds. I have like 3 days worth stuck in here, just as if I happen to forget. Let's see what else I have in here. I have Band-Aids. I have a hair scrunchie. You need a hair tie or somewhere you got long hair. I have a little notebook. It's always good to have a little paper. You can write down things. I usually keep, and I'm charging it right now, or I would have it in here. I have a power bank that I keep in here along with a cord that connects to my phone, and I just have it all in one piece. That way all I have to do is quickly plug it in if I'm running my battery out. I have some face masks, pens, some hand sanitizer in there, and then there's a little zipper compartment inside, and that's where I keep my lipstick and my gum and my mirror and some toothpicks, those type of things in there, and some Kleenex. I'll almost always have Kleenex because it seems that I always have a runny nose. But anyway, so those are the things that I keep in my purse. So I hope that helped you figure out what you might pack when you're going on a group trip or a bus trip, a 9-day trip, if you're going somewhere. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I'm going to be packing for my trip. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, actually, South Dakota. Very excited, 9-day trip. Going to see a lot of things, and hopefully I'll bring you some content on that too, so you can see what all I saw while I was there. What are some things that you pack? Is there something that you pack on every trip that I didn't mention here that you would like to mention? If so, would you put it in the comments below? And please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm still trying to grow my channel, so if you like this video and you'd like to see more travel content, please like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.